Welcome. I'm at the point now where I would like to demonstrate how I scalp. And for this purpose, I am recording my trading platform with TD365, as well as a chart. So what I'm going to do is record, and when I'm not saying anything, I'll edit that away. I have the ability to buy and sell off the chart up here. And I will be doing that using a hedge function because I actually have open positions that I've been running for a while. So we are on a trading range and I want to be a seller up here for a scalp. The high is 79.5, 80.5, 83.5. We just went 76.5. So if we get up to 79.80, I want to be a seller. Let's see if I can. So the ideal scenario would be to get the Dow to move above 83.5 because this is where the orders are going to be. So Dow climbed above 63.5 high, and that would suggest that we are going to get another push higher up towards and at least testing this area in theory. So the high and the low of the bar, the last bar, is 77.5 and 58.5. The bias is down. Doesn't mean that I can't scalp on the long side, but I think for the purpose of this video, I prefer to scalp on the short side. The Dow is trading right now in between the highs and lows of the previous bar, below the low of 2 bars before, and above the high of 1 bar before. The puzzling thing here is that the DAX is just incredibly strong. So shorting 79. Actually went as high as 83.5. I must admit, recording this, it does make it a little bit difficult for me because normally I would have my trading ticket on one screen and the chart on the other, but I am not sure that I can record both at the same time, so that means I suppose I could have just executed it here. Anyway, I am short at 79. For now, I'll put a random stop loss of 11 points in. So this would have been a better place to enter above the most recent high. I'm going to sell it again at 83. So there are some sellers around here. I kind of expected that to be. Okay, so I got 9 and 5 points. So let's take. Gotta be quick. Let's take 10 points here in the first Dow and 4 points here. So that was 10 and 4. So that's 14 points. And then you start over. Now, there's many ways that you can scalp. You can have more rigid targets. You can play by your gut feel. I think for demonstration purposes, I just wanted to show that it is possible to make money. I haven't edited out the bad trades. I wouldn't do that. So I'm sure that over the next 45 minutes, I intend to do this for an hour and then present it at the London Investor Show tomorrow, Friday the 25th. And I'm sure in the next 45 minutes, there's going to be some losing trades as well. Got off to a good start. That's always nice. I am losing so much money here in the FTSE. The FTSE and sterling dollar has a real inverted relationship. So when there's good Brexit news, then sterling soars, but it tends to be at the expense of the FTSE falling. And so when the pound gets cheaper, the FTSE index with its shares are rising. There you can see it's not actually a great trade. Winning $33,000 and I'm losing, winning $33,000, but I'm losing £37,000. doesn't exactly gain me entrance to the trading heavens. Okay, so far this scalp idea has worked out very well. You know, the hard bit about trading is not so much entry. That's what we all think. We all think that entry is the difficult bit, but actually where to get out is the much harder bit. And especially when you're a scalper, you can't have any feelings of remorse. Simply cannot have any sort of regrets. You just gotta live and die by it. Now, what's interesting here is that the second last candle we had a low of 70, and the market just went down and sniffed underneath it, and that immediately suggests to me that there are buyers underneath. So it wouldn't surprise me we're going to have a test of this 80 area. So I'm just going to hold off. Okay, so we're testing the lows, and so far no buyers. That means anyone buying below. Really? Sorry about that. Okay, I am back. I'm sorry about that. The phone rang. So there were buyers underneath this bar here. After all, that was truly confirmed by the time we started trading above. The moment we started trading above the highs here, had a pretty strong close. So I consider this area here as the second time it tried to punch above it, and it managed to do so. And now we're rallying. So the high over here is 27. The high over here is 31. We're currently trading at 11. So this is what the bigger picture looks like. The low here is 23. I want to be a seller of that. I'm selling 21. And I want to sell 23 as well. Sold 21 and 24. Very strong momentum right now. Thinking that I'm sure there's still some sellers around. going to swap back to a 5-minute chart. Not the current bar, but the bar before had a pretty strong close as well. Not exactly a 100% bull bar with no tail, but very insignificant tail. It had a high of 0.9, but it closed at 0.5. So, and what's interesting here is that you see where we closed and where we opened. You see that there's no tail underneath it. It means that there's somewhat of a buying panic right now. People actually are just buying at market rather than entering with limit orders or stop orders because they don't want to miss this rally up. So we've had 3 consecutive bull bars, and I'm just I'm betting for a bit of a pullback here. Okay, excellent. So I have about 7-8 points here. It's a lot harder to trade and explain than it is just to sit and trade for yourself. As I said earlier, you can't have much remorse when you're scalping. Some people say that you don't even need a chart to scalp. There is some truth in that, but I still think you need to know the levels, the important points of the last bar or 2 bars or 3 bars, or depending on what it is you're trading out from. So you can see here what my point count is. But I wonder if we're not going to see a little bit more of a pullback. So I got about 8 points now, 9. So I'll close one for 8 points. Close to 17, I think it was opened at 24, so 7 points. And I still have one more here. So 7, 8, 9, 10 points. So I'll close that for, I think it was closing 20, so that's 7 points. So 4 for 4. For demonstration purposes. 4 trades, 4 winners. Bag full of patience. I hope this short video to some extent illustrates what it is that I do.